today we're going to be talking about some stuff, some history, mainly.
Well,
what are we drinking?
we're drinking Gentleman Jack, which is it's a decent whiskey.
Yeah, it's a mild.
It's a step above
regular Jack Daniels, yeah. But it's a smoother.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
What are you smoking?
I'm smoking Luxury Twist Flake as usual.
No.
I apologize. Next week, I will try and do something different. What are you smoking?
Crown Achievement, which is my usual as well.
Well, there you have it. Feel free to let us know what your guys' usuals are, because we'd love to find that and maybe try some. Tell you guys what we think of them. Like you guys care.
One fun thing that happened this week, which is kind of a big deal to the artisan pipe making community, is that Sykes Wilford, who owns and runs Smoking Pipes and affiliated companies, has recently procured a big stash of Sixten Everson's letters and sketches of pipes and to retailers and all that kind of stuff. And so they're starting to archive that, and that's just very exciting.
It is. For those of you who do not know who Sixten was, Sixten was the first artisan pipe maker, basically. He was the first Danish handmade pipe maker, and we're going to talk a little bit about him and about some history. We don't know as much as we'd like.
Which one of the reasons why this is exciting is that we will start to know a little bit more.
Yeah, so we're going to try and do some more history stuff, which requires some research on our part, which we'd like to do anyway. So, Sixten
Everson was actually Swedish, living in Copenhagen, I believe, during World War II, and there was a briar shortage because of the war.
Did you say he worked in a factory, right?
He worked in a pipe shop,
yeah,
doing repairs.
That's right.
And so he learned a lot of his skills doing repairs. And after a few years of doing that, and once briar came back on the market, he started making pipes on his own. And that was in the very late 40s or the early 50s, I believe.
The other thing about that time period with the briar shortage was there was a major briar shortage, obviously, because it comes from the Mediterranean in the U.S. So the U.S. company, I believe there was one in California, actually, that started to make pipes out of manzanita. I don't know how many of you guys know what manzanita is.
It's a very close cousin to the briar, actually.
Right, and it was actually called mission briar because of the missions in California, because it's local to California and it has a similar Mediterranean climate in California. And we actually use manzanita as accent pieces on some of our pipes, because you can only get it in California on private property because it's the state bush.
And you can see a lot of Sixten's influence in people. He taught Bo Nord, he taught Tokotomi, he taught Lars, his son, Lars Everson, and Nana Everson, his granddaughter. He taught everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody had...
Even indirectly.
And he started using some techniques that are still very revolutionary today. We're still learning them and perfecting them, and he was a genius. All the ideas are there, and you're standing on the shoulders of a giant.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool. There's a lot of heritage and history here, which we're going to get into a little bit in the coming weeks.
Yeah. So here's to Sixten.
See you next week.